We have a $5 donation from Taylor, who said, "Hey, Brodo, thought I missed your run, but I woke up just in time for it. Lots of love from back home. Ninja Gaiden hype." We have a $5 donation from Mr. Gamey, who said, "Saving the frames is behind, so give all my money to killing those slow animals, even if it's only $5. Also, greetings from Danny B, who will stream Ocarina of Time. Also, all the luck." We have a $20 donation from Sector that says, "Fourth year watching GDQ, second time donating. Thanks for such an amazing job. Also, just 2 hours to complete Pokemon Red. My body is ready." We have a $50 donation from Joden that says, "First time watcher. 15 years ago when I was in college, I used to play Super Metroid. I didn't even know what the concept of speedrunning was back then, but I was playing that game every day to a point where I could beat it several times a day. Always shaving off more time on the run than the last. My best time according to the in-game tracker was 58 minutes. I've since lost it since then, but I'm glad to see others picked up the hobby and are able to raise such an impressive amount of money for the great cause. Even though I always wanted the best time in Super Metroid, I always saved the animals, so save the animals." We have a $50 donation from Danforth347. "Longtime watcher, first time being in a good enough place to donate. Love what you do. Hoping to be able to join you at the event in January. Be excellent to each other." We have a $1,000 donation that just came in. And that one is from Durandal. It says, "I know this is late, but darn it, I slept in and missed SGDQ. Hope this money goes to a good cause. Shoutouts to Peaches and Behemoth87. I love the runs you guys do."
All right. Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right, welcome to Ultraman Ball. This is a Japanese-only Game Boy release. It's basically a ball game platformer. So for the vast majority of the game, I'm going to be bouncing around as a ball here. And a lot of the game is about momentum control and just controlling where I bounce. I can do that by morphing in and out of ball just like that. There's a lot of little tricks that save a very small amount of time in this game. You can unmorph as you're landing to avoid bouncing. You can morph out of a ball as you're flying through the air to gain a small amount of height, like right here. There's a very small sequence break right there. It saves about a second. There's a lot of little things like that throughout the run. Most of the game is just about manipulating the level in ball form and saving very small amounts of time everywhere. Like right there, that was the drop zone. It saves about a half a second if you grab the feather as you're falling. Otherwise, it's just running through the levels, bouncing around. Most of the levels are very short. It's a very interesting casual game, but you can make it into a speed game if you do a small subset of tricks, I guess. Right there, when you bounce off a boss, you kind of go flying into the air if you hold B, but if you unmorph your ball right after you hit them, you can control the bounce and just stay on top of them and hit them right as their invincibility wears off. As you might notice, you're mostly invincible in ball form. There's a couple things that can hurt you. One is projectiles, and two is those moles that I just passed on that stage. If they're moving and you run into them, even in ball form, they'll kill you. But otherwise, you go through spikes, enemies, anything else while you're in ball form. But most of the game is just these very small tricks, like right here. You can unmorph the ball to get up on that platform without climbing the vine. This stage has a lot of little tricks. You can do a little boost jump on these to bounce on them a little faster.
Got time for a quick donation?
Yeah, go ahead.
I have a $111 donation from Zalo Ray that says, Ultraman, Ultraman, here he comes from the sky. Ultraman, Ultraman, watch our hero fly. In a super jet he comes from 1 billion miles away. From a distant planet land comes our hero Ultraman. Good luck on the run, Mundungu.
Thanks. Yeah, so Ultraman is a old Japanese TV show. I guess that's the theme to it. There's probably 20 or 30 games from this franchise, and almost all of them are really bad. But this game is fun.
One of the toughest enemies in the game is the lag. You can get a lot of your inputs eaten if you don't manage it correctly. And some of the bosses are like that too. The boss of this world is kind of RNG, where there's one cycle where lag can eat your input. Otherwise, there's basically no RNG in the game. You can see how invincible you are in this stage. I guess this game is a sequel to a Japanese NES game called Armadillo 2. According to Boney, anyway. This is a much more streamlined, fun version, I'd say. Armadillo is just kind of a lag manager. And all these bosses, you just kind of bounce off of them 5 times. This is pretty self-explanatory, so I think you need to go over that. This is the last world. There's a boss rush kind of interlaced throughout the levels in this world, just to give you some bonus content.
Yeah, I don't know why every 10-minute Game Boy game needs a boss rush for the things you saw 2 minutes ago.
Patty.
It's a good money saver. This level can be really scary. There's a part at the end where you gotta avoid one of the moles as they're moving. And if you die, you lose a ton of time. Like that. At least you got to see the death animation. It's pretty hilarious. Yeah, I'm trying to grind up the right side of the wall, and sometimes it just doesn't stick for whatever reason. The sound in this game is pretty excellent. At the beginning of the stage is another one of the obstacles that can kill you. It's that laser right there. Just any projectile like that can kill you.
We have a $100 anonymous donation that says, "This is more exciting than sporting events. My wife, 2 children, and I are glued to the TV."
As you saw right there, I got my third morph eaten, so kind of messed up my timing. Coming up after this is the final boss. It's actually the toughest stage in the game. Most bosses are pretty easy, but this guy can be tricky. So time's coming up pretty soon.
Yep.
Shout outs to Captain Drake. Time. So I guess the story in the game is you're going to save your friends, and you got them all together at the end of the game, and then you're combining together just like Power Rangers to fend off the boss. That's Ultraman Ball. Hope you enjoyed it.
What a game.